going to be behind in terms of the Colossi count. Let's see if he can make his Immortals count when the engagement finally takes place.
Well, that question will be answered soon enough. Well, actually, maybe not that soon, because pretty much they're both waiting for their second Robos to finish up. Over here, we've got Hero continuing that double Colossus count. Double Colossus production as Squirtle now goes for a third of his own. It looks like Hero has just been ever so slightly ahead and building on that lead for pretty much the entirety of this match.
Yeah, he's just trying to get ahead of his opponent as far as robotics facility units are concerned. He does have a couple of Immortals of his own now and 2 Colossi out on the field, so it's 2 versus 1, but he has got 2 in production. Squirtle only had 1 in production until literally 5 seconds ago, and Hero's also going to be adding on an additional 3 gateways, so this is a lot of gates we have going on here. That's 7 gates in the main, so 7 gates plus this Robo means some sort of timing might be coming out.
Yeah, this is actually just one big push because he doesn't have that third out anymore.
And Squirtle sees
everything. Well, he rebuilds the third as Squirtle gets... Does he know that Squirtle saw that? Is that why he responded and threw down the Nexus? Or was he planning to do that anyway?
I think he might have been planning to do that anyway.
Man, crazy stuff going on.
And Squirtle now sees that the third is going down as well.
So this means that Squirtle is ever so slightly ahead on getting his third out. If it goes on for long enough,
that's right,
he can absolutely catch up and surpass Hero, where Hero previously looked like he had a decent lead. Now Hero going for that Stargate.
Well, I think the problem for Squirtle at the moment is that Hero has a small lead in Colossi. Yeah. And even though Squirtle got the third base a little bit sooner, that's not going to change the fact that his Colossi count is simply insufficient compared to Hero's at the moment. So as long as they have an even engagement, Hero stands to profit from that. And that's what Squirtle has to be afraid of. He might be able to get an economic lead, like a very, very small economic lead later on in the game. But for now, he just needs to choose his engagements really, really carefully indeed. Worker supply, 64-69 in favor of our StarTale player.
Oh man, could this be the engagement we've waiting for? We've waiting for. Man, I accidentally
English.
Ugh.
We are all, man. And it looks like a mothership is going to be coming up from Hero shortly as well. The fleet beacon going down for him. That's going to be pretty awesome.
Wait, what do you mean? He's not using the Stargate to make Phoenixes, Jorisar?
Oh man, that classic 17-minute Phoenix build. And we have a Templar Archives coming up from Squirtle, so a little bit of a difference in opinion. Now, Squirtle will have the option of trying to continue chrono boosting units out and doing a decent amount of damage to Hero while the mothership is being chrono boosted out. After the mothership gets out, Hero will have a portion of time where he has a mothership and Squirtle doesn't, and he should be able to move out across the map and do some pretty tasty shenanigans, for lack of a better phrase.
But Squirtle knows that his window of opportunity may be closing soon. He's added on 6 more gateways.
That's
6.
That's a reasonable number, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's some pretty good. That's some pretty good reinforcement territory.
Good gateways.
Yeah, exactly. And both sides actually going for their Templar Archives now. Hero about to finish his, so Squirtle not going to be too far ahead in that regard. But the fleet beacon is now complete. Are we going to see the mothership? Yes, we are. Starting to be chrono boosted from the main base nexus of Hero. But this is coinciding almost perfectly with the fact that Squirtle is now pushing out across the map. So the mothership is still 2.5 minutes away. Can he survive this push until the mothership comes out? And then, how will he handle the engagement?
Well, where the supply count is right now is, I mean, in a place where Hero should be able to buy enough time to make it out to that, right? Because Squirtle doesn't have a commanding enough lead that he can just go and try to walk over.
Sure.
Really, when you get up to the 180, 190 kind of supply, waiting for that mothership isn't that difficult because it's only an additional 6 supply that you would have had.
Yeah.
Right? And Squirtle's not going to feel in an advantageous enough position to necessarily push too far out. And as long as you stay a little active with the army of your own, then they won't be able to get comfortable.
That's a really good point, actually, Rob. So he just needs to be a little bit careful and with how he positions and uses his units there, and he should therefore be okay. A couple of Zealots now...
Oh, that expansion.
They sort of delayed
will we be able to hold it?
I don't think so. This is looking pretty bad because Hero's army's completely out of position here.
Or does he look at it like bait? Squirtle is afraid to bite.
No, he's
well,
not,
not that afraid.
Nah, it's good. He can just hit that and run away and be like, what were you doing expanding there? LOL. I'm just going to take this out and see what you do. Both sides effectively maxed out at the moment, plus 3 ground weapons coming out from both sides. But, crucially, Le Mothership, ladies and gentlemen, is now on the field for CJ.Entis's Hero.
Oh, wow. Not moving the Mothership out just yet. I guess he doesn't want to spoil it?
I would say so.
Did Squirtle see the fleet beacon?
No, Squirtle hasn't seen the fleet beacon, I think.
Nope.
No, he hasn't. So he doesn't know about the fleet beacon or the Stargate.
Yeah, I guess the cloaked buildings would give that away pretty quickly.
But okay, here's what Hero needs to do. As soon as he starts engaging this army, he needs to pick off the Observer. If he picks off the Observer, the Mothership just walks in and goes lol 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 lol, and he forces Squirtle back. If he doesn't, then we get an interesting engagement.
It also comes down to how many units Squirtle has that can attack air. Because if you get a little too risky getting in there to killing that Observer, then there's just not enough left to kill the Mothership.
And a couple of Zealots moving in towards the third base of Hero now. It looks like Squirtle actually fairly serious with this harass. 3 more Stalkers to move up as backup, but it's not quite going to be enough here.
Oh, Hero feels good though, pushing up into the natural. And now Squirtle joins the fight. He's like, oh yeah, I can handle your army. I can totally handle your army. Whoa, things are getting invisible. And I don't see an Observer in there.
The Observers?
He has an Observer.
God,
oh,
that
is a
vortex.
Huge vortex. But he doesn't have Archons or anything to throw in there. What he wants to have is all of those Colossi just stopped on stop command, ready to do one big V in the split second that everything's stacked. But he misses the opportunity. Although a lot of Squirtle's army has already fallen, and oh, so many Zealots now joining the fight from the side, and Squirtle is being pushed up into the main. CJ.herO has snatched Squirtle's chance at victory straight out of his hands.
Oh my goodness, all of the Colossi are now dead. He does have an Immortal on the low ground doing damage to these Stalkers, but 1 Colossus from Squirtle, now 0 admittedly, do remain, and now all that remains are Hero Zealots against the third base of Squirtle, trying to focus down the Nexus. Will he be able to do so? Also have one in the main base as well, and the fourth base location.
Decimated.
Oh my, well, by decimated, I mean leaving it the heck alone.
Well, a lot of the probes are dead.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's a decent number, man.
Yeah. That is a lot of probes to have murdered.
The Mothership has remained alive. So Hero did actually use that earlier Mothership to his advantage. He surprised Squirtle with it. Squirtle does not yet have a Mothership of his own on the field. And looks like Hero's going to attempt to do it once again. He has a lot of Archons with his composition this time, so maybe he's getting ideas of a really nice vortex on Squirtle. We're going to have to wait and see. Squirtle, on the other hand, is sort of prodding around across the map, but he can't really do much against this kind of army composition right here.
Yeah, going to be pretty tough, because Hero's pretty much just followed up with those Archons, right? Like, you do that so that you can use the vortex very well.
Exactly.
Get the very big Archon swirly.
The Archon swirl. Oh, I like that. You make it sound tasty, man. I'm hungry now. I want an Archon swirly. It's like a candy bar or something. And Squirtle now at +3 attack, of course, on his units. Meanwhile, we have +3 attack and +1 armor on the units of Hero, and he does have that Mothership out in play. So I would say advantage here at the moment. He also enjoys a 30 supply lead. His 4th base wasn't harassed. He didn't actually kill the 4th base of Squirtle, but he took out enough probes, like you mentioned, Rob, that Squirtle's really having a difficult time right now. He's going to try and harass back at this 4th base, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough.
Now Hero is having the same respect that Squirtle had for him earlier in this series. He's making sure that he gets far enough ahead that there is no question that he will win, even using that advantage to just keep Squirtle behind as he takes out the 4th. They're actually literally just trading 4th bases right now.
Yeah, mutually assured destruction going on here on Cloud Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. Squirtle and Hero taking out each other's 4th bases, but Hero currently now up by 30 supply, and these Zealots actually make their way out. So
these Zealots outnumber the army chasing them.
But presumably he wants to meet these up with his main army so that Squirtle doesn't get them out for free, which I quite like. But he needs to pull the rest of the army towards his natural choke. Okay, he does that, and Squirtle actually gives up the chase there. His 4th base once again being remade. Both sides desperately trying to cling to those additional bases. Not too much mining is going on, but Hero is actually mining more than Squirtle at the moment, and he's really enjoying this advantage. He's up to 184 supply, over 134 of Squirtle. So Hero just doing a really good job.
Well, now Hero is pretty massively supply blocked here, and it's going to be a while until he's not. But it doesn't matter much because he doesn't have a whole lot of money behind him, really, to take advantage of that anyway. He has nothing that can attack air, but I guess you don't need it.
That's well, both sides do have those Archons, don't forget, and they can potentially do crazy damage. But Hero still has the mothership, and Squirtle doesn't have as many Archons as Hero has. They both have 2 Colossi, so all things considered, once again, Hero is in the lead, and those probes killed at the additional base is really coming in handy as well. 72 versus 47 at the moment as far as workers are concerned, which is exactly why Squirtle's having a tough time.
So now using a few of those Zealots to pull away some of Squirtle's Zealots, but surprisingly behind that, Hero has not tried to force an engagement, and now the supply is almost equal.
Yeah.
Actually, Squirtle takes the lead.
Wow.
What?
What? So we have 180 to 165 supply in favor of Squirtle at the moment. The number of workers killed in this game are 41 to 21, and the worker supply is 66 to 47 as we approach the half-an-hour map in game number 3 of this absolutely epic PvP on Cloud Kingdom. Both sides have a lot of Archons out, but Hero, the one with the mothership. Do we have an observer with this army? Yes, we have 3 observers with this army.
Oh, but it doesn't matter if you vortex them.
That is absolutely true. Oh, and if he vortexes all of this and like one-shots all of the Zealots as they come out of the vortex, it's going to be so painful.
There are so many Archons there. Oh, can he get off the feedback? He has the High Templar poised at the top left of the ramp. He just needs to land the single feedback, and that will pretty much eliminate, actually definitely eliminate, the vortex threat.
Yep, I think that's a great idea. Feedbacking the mothership is...
Oh, wow. He had a small window of opportunity there to land it, but no! Instead, we see the High Templar able to connect with the mothership, meaning that Hero now just has to completely retreat. Well, I mean, as far as army counts go, they're actually still very similar.
Oh, and we have a massive attack going on at the third base, taking apart that Nexus there as well. So Hero, with his multi-pronged aggression, taking apart the fourth base and the third base with that huge Zealot Warp. And now Squirtle going for a counterattack at the third base location, but great concave coming up from Hero here. And Squirtle is being forced back. He's now down by 40 supply without a third and fourth base, Rob. This could be decisive for Hero.
Oh, it's going to take him so much time to re-expand to both of those bases. He actually almost doesn't have enough money to do it. Yeah, he is not even going to worry about taking them, as a matter of fact.
Squirtle is getting into an increasingly desperate situation here, man. He's morphing in 2 more Archons. He needs to try and brute force his way through the main army of Hero now, because at the end of the day, Hero's splitting his armies and doing harassment so well.
So now as Squirtle chases the small force of Zealots around the left side of the map, Hero smells opportunity and begins to march across. And then not across.
Exactly. We have a bunch of Zealots here from Hero, still alive, still able to go into the third or fourth base, and yet another Zealot Warp in at the natural as well, and all these Nexi going down so quickly for Squirtle here. He has his own Zealot Warp, but it's not going to stop the Nexus from going down, and now Squirtle is effectively down to a single Nexus with no minerals at this base. He's going to be forced to long distance mine until this third comes back up, and Hero is now in a commanding position, up 40 supply.
All in Hero, I believe, bought enough time to once again have enough energy for a Vortex.
I would agree with you. Yep, he's very, very close to being able to Vortex again. Squirtle using that feedback really effectively, but unfortunately his engagements after using the feedback just haven't been superb. And as a result, Hero is now taking a great lead after denying the expansions time after time. Squirtle trying to do the same thing to him, but the army is just too big.
Well, Hero just biding his time. I mean, really, he has such a commanding army lead at this point that it just doesn't matter much whether or not he... Oh, the feedback once again onto the mothership.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh, no.
The action doesn't stop, man.
Here. Yeah.
Yep, so we're going to wait again until Hero has enough energy for another feedback. That or Squirtle's really going to try and force the issue here. And we have the Zealots moving up into the main now.
I think he can just push anyway. Will he do it down there at the farthest? Yes. He's saying, forget about it. I don't need no Vortex to crush you. And Squirtle leaves, meaning that Hero takes the series.